hear from anybody on the truck.
Yeah.
I called 2 places.
The only person that we talked to was the fourth.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay,
Okay.
no problem.
I was talking to Lynn. That's okay, we can talk over.
All right, get everybody joined in here. Go ahead and call the meeting to order at 10:11. Diane, would you do a roll call, please?
Ron,
Here.
Randy,
Here.
Steve on.
Yeah.
Steve.
Here.
Yeah.
Is she on there too?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Has anyone had a chance to review the minutes for last month?
Yes.
All right. Do I have a motion to accept them?
I'll motion to accept them.
I'll second
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I am.
All right. Becky, you're up.
This month I've been trying to work with United to get them out here after we got the storing up and also talk to them and ask them if they would ask City if they would let them know that we've engaged the contract with them so that we can get that stop work order released so we can. I got another bid for the FPL doors and we, want to get the work done on the south doors, and so we need a stop work order lifted in order to make that happen.
And the expansion joints.
And the expansion joints, yep, and I got someone coming out to look at those today, actually.
Yeah.
So we've been working, trying to get that done. You'll see, good news, we have a preliminary, very preliminary financial report from the financial auditor. We've exchanged files 3 different times to make this happen, so that's good. She said the P&L is pretty solid, obviously still working on the balance sheet.
Okay. Is this something you're comfortable enough for us to go ahead and pass?
I would not accept it, obviously, that's the final one. On top of everything, and I've been pushing Lisa as well, we'll probably have to file an extension for our taxes for 2025, and so then we'll have till October, but I've been pushing her so that we can, complete the 2025 audit and things of that nature, so. It's that time of year, and now she's gonna be busy with all her clients doing that, so I was really pushing her last month, trying to get to where we are right now.
All right.
Again.
All right, so can I get a motion
To accept them as
to accept them as preliminary financials?
preliminary. So what we're saying is what we see is where they feel we are.
Right, it's where they feel we are at the point in time that it was given to Becky. It's better than we've had in months. I see good numbers.
Pretty decent.
Yeah.
And I explain our students now with sales, one of the things is people are requesting financial, but that I've got, I have something to provide people.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the year, we came out right
I
where we
make a
needed.
motion, yeah. I make a motion, we accept the preliminary numbers.
As preliminaries.
Subject to change. Okay. Have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Did anybody see?
All in favor?
Aye.
In favor.
That was
All
Steve.
right, yes. Steve Tunnel. So, no response from Diane. All right, Rich?
Yes, sir. Our January was down 47.74%, but that is on par with previous years that did not have it. So we were at 30.9% for the month, so 919 residents.
And in comparison to last year, it was what now?
Off by 47.74%. That's the FEMA adjustment.
Oh, FEMA,
Yeah.
due to FEMA.
What was it due to the year before?
FEMA
No, I know that, but the year before that,
was also FEMA.
was it?
Yeah. And the year before that. So you had to go back 3 years. It was basically on par.
Not like we don't want a disaster because you do get income from them, but we don't want a disaster either.
It is a lot of money.
Okay. Becky, on your collections, can you give us an update?
Yeah. So you're gonna see it changes again every time they update the forensic audit, and what you might notice on the balance sheet is it looks like a lot more goes into the AR account receivable. So I think what she's doing, and she and I together have found a bunch of different misapplied payment or double correction, things of that nature, but we collected $31,045 in January. So we have $54,641 left on this owed on the special assessment, $136,309.40 on regular fees. And these are subject to change based on that audit. So I kind of did a little extrapolation along the edge here where it looks like I collected 156, but you see those negatives, that's her work and adjustments. So if I take what I collected the first 3 months and what I know I actually collected in December and January before she did the audits, that was another 50. So we really collected about $198,000.
But,
Out of starting at 3, so
yeah,
we're getting there.
so 2/3 of the way there. Awesome.
Again, except, you know, depending on how that works, shakes out with the forensic audit.
So our. Yeah.
And we
Okay,
continue. I got budgeted another $8,800 this week.
okay. Great job.
Would even be reflected in this February.
You gave us the, update on the forensic audit,
Right.
and now we have a contract to discuss, and I hope everybody's had a chance to read through it.
Can we believe it's been 6 months?
No. I'm sure you think it feels like a year, but
And it's also flown, like,
Yeah.
having, we aren't as far as I'd like to be, but given the challenges, I think we've made a lot of progress.
So, I wanna open the floor up to any motions or discussions.
Wow.
What's on the agenda next time?
Renewing. my-
About
renewing
Becky's contract.
Sure.
Is your contract on the website?
I'm good with
review?
renewing it.
Part of the package. Current package on the website, but the renewal package is in the board meeting package that's on the
That used
website.
to be under the.
Yes. And then once,
Little
if
bit
it
of
gets
money.
passed,
I only got $2,000.
Okay, I didn't see the.
Two grand total?
Okay, we're at
What's it listed under?
4,000 a month.
there's a whole contract, like, they made this, I'm gonna find you better section with my web design.
What were we at before?
4 sections now, but I'm trying to make it a little easier to find things.
Have our other contracts been moved over?
Some of them,
What are they listed under? I'm trying to look for some and I haven't seen them.
Maintenance proposals and contracts, I think it's the list of the section.
All right.
You only have to have a list of the contracts, not actually physically have it contract.
What's our change in the monthly?
So currently you pay me $3,500 a month, I'm asking to go up to $4,000. The volume of emails.
Yeah.
Phone conversations, legal matters is far higher than
Right,
I
then what,
anticipated what we
Yeah.
had. Just, and I knew it was bad and it's worse
we're on the phone 3 times a week?
easily.
Yeah. And just because of one issue or another. Steve, you were good with it?
I am.
Any questions?
I'm good with it.
Okay,
I'm good with it, just due to the fact that we're moving forward and not standing still, losing money all the time.
right. I mean, her collections alone are almost $200,000 that was just hanging out. So. Diane, comments on it?
I'm all right with it, I think.
Okay, all I need is a motion, please.
I move to accept it.
Okay. And a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Steve and Ron. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you've done a wonderful job and I look forward to the next 6 months. North and south door update, we have to hold on that until we get the stop work order, which we can't get until we get the contractor for the balconies and then he gets the permit. So we're twiddling our thumbs. Okay. All right, the FPL doors, you said you had a quote on that?
Where we had, yeah, it's in there, it's 20,000. The last 4 pages of your thing, $20,410.24.
Okay,
The other one was 14,000, then it could pay the doors.
right.
I got a question.
Sure.
On this, on the, north side, if you get that thing to last, it ain't last for 6 months. The shop is over, we get a new one or something.
Okay.
We come in last night, it was open about that much.
All right, well, maintenance to look back at it again.
Yeah, we've got new doors, but we can't put them in.
No, but you can get the one fixed.
Yeah, no, I know, but
The
we,
maintenance could fix it.
well,
It's been that way for 6 months.
it was working just last week.
That's incorrect. It was for 6 months, it's not latching.
Okay.
You wanna go out there now and look and go, check it out?
I can tell you I was here and it worked.
Why?
Okay,
You're wrong, you're wrong.
Okay, I'm wrong.
all right. Have you talked to the elevator people?
Yeah, they've been here, they've got their new
Schematic.
schematic. They're working on it. They should have it done, they say by the end of this month.
Okay, all right. The air curtains,
Air curtain, tell me when you guys want to install it. I mean, we got it. That means that the maintenance department is going to be doing just that for the 2 or 3 days it's gonna take.
okay,
Tell me when.
So it's just a blower, right? That blows
Yeah,
right.
the air back in, it's not those hanging.
No,
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 it's just a
curtain of air.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the door opens, it turns on, when the door closes, it turns off.
The building permit needed for that?
No,
No,
That's good.
yeah, it's an internal
well,
accessory, if you will.
That's good. Is it gonna fit in there, Ron?
it'll fit. And now,
told me it was too wide.
now where we talked about all the way back by the door.
It's
It'll fit
by the exit sign.
by
Where the electric
just,
is.
yeah, it won't block the exit sign. Cause you can't see it coming in anyway. you only need to see it going out, so it doesn't block that. Yeah, we've already had it looked at. It'll fit there.
Get it dug out. Dug out in storage, just trying to find it or something?
Pardon?
Then you found it, you have it in hand.
It's in the office.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't have to pay for it. It was free.
All right, so to be installed. The pool guy, the railings guy,
Now, according to him, he's supposed to be here this week.
this week, all right. we're
Okay, I
close.
told him that this is the start of our busy season, so. He says it should only take him 2 days to pull them out, put the new ones in, but I've never seen anything happen in 2 days. So I'll get him
Okay,
before we get done.
so you're
or
keeping up on it?
After we get done, see if, when his start date is. Yeah. Yeah,
You can use the ramp,
yeah, we can open the ramp.
open the ramp versus the stairs.
Yeah.
So the pool will still be open for update, for use. Is United, getting bids for this balcony?
No, so they have to go permit the specs. That's what's due right now. If they
Okay.
get those specs, they'll put it out for bid.
Okay, we need to
Oh.
make sure we have them. I was hoping to have them at this meeting for one of our prayer conversations.
I tried.
So this is the engineer company that's gonna look at all the balconies?
No, this is the engineer company that did a sampling of some balconies and then came out and specifically looked at 16 and 316.
Oh, okay.
That's when we did the shoring, we've signed a contract with them to write specs, to put it out for bid for a contractor to then do the repairs. But what we don't have is inspection, and I have pushed them, because you may have come in late, but I was told, Ron, the building next to my other building have had shoring up for 2 years. And they haven't even started work yet, and I was like, I do not want one of those situations, but
No.
we want to get work started.
Yeah, we've got to get that done to get that red sticker off the front of the building.
Yeah.
Okay,
Get on there.
Just stupid,
Thanks for reading that. Thanks.
just stupid.
okay. Rules and regulation updates. There's two packets here. The one with the angled staple at the top. Owner key and access. Owner key and access. This is something that, we're gonna have to put into, a 14-day notice for next month's meeting in order to, accept it and approve it. But, the one with that says owner key and access, I took some stuff from our broker and tweaked it a little bit and sent it to our attorney, and she's good with it. She likes it. This morning, on my way here, I got another email from the broker through Ron. And, there's a lot of, that's the one with the straight staple in it. There's a lot of verbiage in here that I feel should be incorporated into the other packet. So I feel the board needs to communicate via email or phone calls during the next week and a half. And we need to get this put together, accepted by Barbara, so it can be emailed and mailed to the owners prior to the next meeting.
And I will say that the broker said if you needed him here for a meeting to explain his legal part of it.
Right.
He would be more than happy to do that.
Right. Yeah, I do like those parts where he, please have your attorney look it over and, so we're not just gonna run off, with a bright idea that turns into a dark hole. So. The basics is to how long should an owner have a key for what period of time, what length of time.
Are you dividing it up to private owners?
No,
Renters,
all owners are equal.
That's not correct.
As this is a transient property, per its documents, all owners are equal.
Are you buying a program that's going to allow people to know their dates, times of their entrances and stuff?
The broker is looking into that. I have a possibility to run by Rich. Him and I have discussed it already. So,
What's the time frame? 14 days, you said?
well, we have to have it,
I mean, I'm sorry, I apologize, I said that wrong. What is the time frame you're looking to issue key cards for?
7 days.
7 days only, so.
Yes.
every 7 days, it's go down the front desk and get a key with an LLC employee, correct?
Correct.
Direction of the HOA, correct?
Correct.
The HOA is telling the LLC employee to give us the 7-day card only, correct?
Correct.
And what happens if during those 7 days, you're not in the room, you get charged for those 7 days on an account somewhere? How do you guys
Well-
keep track when somebody's here or not?
That's the point where we are working through either a program with the, from the broker or an Excel spreadsheet. You know, if you're here, you know, if I come, I get a key for the day, but I'm not going to be spending the night. You know, I get it marked down.
There are rules that go along with counted as a full day, correct? It's a full day night between the hours of 10 and 7 o'clock in the morning. Is that not true? The state statute?
I will look into that.
The broker knows all that.
I mean, that's the broker and the attorney, okay?
I know, but if you're gonna talk about it.
Everyone should know what's going on.
Well, I also, just like I said, received a whole nother packet of information when I walked in the door this morning.
We also need to.
Right, and, you know, we will get there.
What's the purpose?
What's the purpose? A lot of it has to do with security of the building, knowing who's going,
You have people
well,
coming
you know,
off the
do we not have 2 new doors sitting in storage for the front and the back?
You have to get that service probably an hour or two, and that thing was locked. If I did, I'd go get a.
Okay, it gets serviced, and last month when I was here, it was locked.
That's wrong, every time.
Yes, sir, it is correct.
What time are the doors locked for car key and access?
11 p.m.
Okay, we were here after 11 o'clock last night, they weren't locked.
You can go out there, that's not latching.
Correct.
Can we
This
please get
morning-
back to the agenda, please? I know we were talking about the rules and the regulations.
No.
Like Randy said, there's some things that we need to clarify with our attorney, and then we have to mail that out. So please, let's get back to the agenda.
Go to that door and make.
Sorry, I already have a lot of maintenance, I've already been in contact with Dan, I should do that maintenance.
I would like to make a statement that we, a motion that we send out the package to the owners once we've reviewed it with, within the 14 days of the next meeting. And then we can talk about it at that meeting once the package is together.
So what's the time limit as today? If I was to go get a key today, what's the time limit?
7 days.
7 days.
That's been the issues.
What's the reasoning behind the 7 days versus if you're gonna be here for a block of time? Say I'm gonna be here from this day until this day and get that entire period of time and have your key. And wouldn't it be easier then to, versus if I'm gonna be here for 3 months, every week I gotta go down to the office and get a key for a week. Somehow they.
I'm sure somehow that you probably go by that front desk once every day. So I don't think it's a big deal if you go down there once a week to renew your key. But I
Right.
think
That's funny.
And
that
part of it
we,
is, okay, as this is like I said, a transient property, and as owners, we are only allowed to stay in our units for 182 days a year. You know, If,
It'd be easier to keep track of that time frame if I'm staying for 4 months and that's kind of my intent is to be here in the winter time from December
Mhm.
1st till the end of March, something like that, my off season from what I do. So wouldn't it be easier to keep track of my time that I'm in that unit if I have a block of 4 months versus a week here and a week here and a week here and a week here?
well, if someone comes in and they're gonna stay here for 2 weeks, and then they're gonna take another week and go on a cruise,
Get that.
but they want their key for that block of time. Well, they just lost that entire month.
No, I'm not saying, I'm saying, so if somebody's gonna be here for 3 days or a week, or 2 weeks.
Basically, it's
Well,
nice.
Their key, I'm gonna be here from this to this day, okay, that's 13 days.
Well,
I'm gonna be here from December 1st till March 31st, okay, Scott, that's 4 months off your
Mhm.
181 days.
Well,
And maybe the broker will be able to do something like that. We don't know at this point
That would
yet.
be so
What he's
much
telling
less
us, no.
complicated than if I'm down there, every single week for 4 months. Well, Scott, I could just see, discrepancies where the desk thinks I was here when I wasn't, or I was when I was,
Well, if you have a key.
I
the
think
key-
the discrepancy comes in when you get a key for 4 months and no one knows what you've done with it. That's where the discrepancy comes in, is if you hand it off to another person or you lose it or whatever. That's why we shouldn't have it for 4 months. That's why it should be once every 7 days. That way there's way more control.
There's no control now.
Rich has a comment.
Well, the limit on the key thing is done for security reasons, and it's not just, you need to know who's on the property in case of emergency, but it is also people.
The fire department has it,
It's
it.
also,
Not true.
They have a way to get in. They do have a key.
it is also important that,
didn't
nobody
listen.
here has done it, but certain owners in the past have circumvented the fence by doing this.
at what?
So,
Circumvented the front desk.
so like when you issue me a key, when I go drop off my supplies, you have a record that I'm in my room?
Yes.
Okay,
And how long they keep the record.
so that, I have two questions. So what is the overall, have we had a problem, a current problem, where we have owners staying more than 180 days?
We did this past year, yes.
Okay, and is it an overarching problem where there's multiple owners or just a one-off?
That was the only one I know of. That was the only one. I
There
ever-
was one last year,
But
year
that's not the
before.
only issue here. It's not the only issue isn't whether an owner stays 180 days. It's also an issue as whether the owner hands off the key to other people and then we don't know who's in the room.
You know, who's
Bypass the
in
front desk.
when people walk off the beach, walk up and go in our bathroom, and you catch them wandering around the hallways, going up the elevators. Do you know who that person is? Do you know who the pizza guy is?
That
I
has nothing to
chased out?
do with what we're talking about right now. You're way off topic.
No. So
Yes,
you
but
say
that-
You know who's in the building. So, twice last month, I changed out the pizza guy, running around the hallways at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Who's watching that guy? You always want to control
Like I
everything.
said, that's a whole different problem. We're trying to
Right.
tackle this one
No.
problem. That
Is there
problem's a
only-
different problem.
All right, Steve.
Anyhow, I make a motion that we
We
send
don't
out
need
the
a motion
notices
right
14
now.
days before. Hello?
Steve, other
Steve,
people have a
yeah.
right to speak.
We don't
need to
have a motion. We don't need a motion for this.
Okay, so I have a
Okay, sounds
question.
good. I'm out of.
For people like me, where I'm local and I just need to pop over and put supplies in my unit, they give me a key, they ask me how long, like I just need it for today. So is that gonna be counted as a day?
Shouldn't be.
So
I
how
mean,
does
if
that get
you're-
counted then?
You go up, you put your stuff in, you toss them the key on your way out.
They do,
Right.
but if they're not accounting for that right, at the end of the year, they'll be like, I can't give you a key because you've already exceeded your 180 days.
That should be if you're staying here overnight.
Overnight.
They don't need to account for that because they give me a key and the key doesn't expire at 5 PM. It's good for a day. It's
No, the
24
key,
hours.
can expire in an hour.
You can't set the time limit to.
Yeah.
Okay. But accounting wise, if it's
Exactly.
manually before another system, whether it's manually a spreadsheet, you know, an Excel spreadsheet or whatever, it's the person entering, it's at it's at the mercy of the person entering it, if they put it in for 10 minutes or if they put it in for 24 hours, one day. And then it's up to me now as an owner to keep track of another thing, like,
I don't think it should be a front desk to track this either, it's a HOA problem.
I'm sorry, what? I can't
I
hear you.
don't think the front desk should be able to track this either. It's not our problem, it's an HOA problem. We just have to do it.
So you guys are.
Fair enough, then, so then it shouldn't be up to the front desk.
Okay, so
Spreadsheet, then who would be creating a spreadsheet and keeping track?
real
of
quick
it
with you,
If the front desk is not
the
wanting.
door does latch. It doesn't, what you and your husband just went and looked at it. He says it just got fixed 5 minutes ago, but it doesn't latch right. And I agree with him. It doesn't latch right.
Next, when we came in last
We
night.
just, well, go ask him. He was just here with me.
Okay.
Okay, so what we need to do, is if that unit that closes the door needs to be replaced, then we need to replace it now.
Oh, thank you.
Who is supposed to be locking the doors at night?
The night offer.
Right, are we sure that they're being locked every night?
I'm not sure, but I'll definitely send out an email about
How about the bathrooms too? They were wide open last night too.
it. Shit, it's supposed to be locked as well.
We'll have to-
Didn't you have a check sheet or something?
Okay, this goes back to, do we only have one problem on our property?
No, but you attack them one at a time. You attack the ones that the owners consider. What you consider a problem is not, or what the board or anybody else consider a problem, might not be the other problem that others consider.
Okay. I hear you.
To the lawyer to figure out some of these issues.
Well, because of the lawyers that wrote the documents to start with, lawyer and the state representatives that implemented 718 and all these other lawyers, we have to have lawyers work it out and verify that what we want to do is correct. Otherwise, we are liable to problems from, lawsuits from owners.
The other thing we need to keep in account too is these several issues that we have been brought up that have been occurred by the employees at the front desk. So we have to keep that in, issues happen by employees at the front desk, but now the owners are gonna have to pay the price for that. So that's another thing. I mean,
But those people at the front desk were fired.
correct, not right away, but they weren't.
Well, and I can tell you that I've been asked to bring them back. And I said, there's no way in hell. That was where, so if you guys don't know, what happened was we had an owner here that would get a key for 30 days. She would put it in the
Fire extinguisher.
firehouse thing and people are in and out of her room.
So basically, she was bypassing the front desk and not paying her resort fee.
Right there, I would think that was really shady. Like,
But then pass that on to a new owner as well.
Yeah.
To try to get along with it.
Okay, okay, I got two things. I know there's one owner here that owns a room with somebody else. He rents his out on a lease for 6 months. He's got a key. Why does he have a key?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well.
I have no clue.
And how this visitor was in his room and the owner was down in the pool swimming.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about that, I can tell you, if you look at a lot of the owners, I'll take one, for example, the Ocala would come, very nice people, but they come here for the day and go swimming too,
Are they supposed to do that? Because is their room rented? Is their room rented?
probably.
Well, then you.
Oh, I don't know, wait a minute, do they rent their room?
No, I
The
don't
Ocala
think they
people?
do, they don't.
Are you talking about
Gary?
Kate,
The two,
Katie?
I don't know their names,
They don't.
they come here and have,
If they don't rent the room, it's legal, but if they rent room and collecting
I'm
money
not sure
on
who
it.
you're referring to.
But
On my
guest in the room.
I don't know, to people that, they're here a lot, they're here quite a bit.
Don, do you know the owner that you're referring to?
Yes, I did.
So.
Well, 'cause we
maybe you
don't
can
know.
Let us know and we can verify whether they're renting the room or not.
Well, it's not, okay. We'll talk
So
about
the
that.
issue, I'm gonna say, the issue is 601. And he owns another unit on the sixth
Oh,
floor.
wait a minute, yeah, it's JER? No,
No, Scott,
the
or
guy,
Tom,
the,
Tom Scott.
Tom Scott.
Really?
He owns 601, 603, and 6.
No, he doesn't own 601.
Doesn't own.
Well, he owns part of it. So
No,
how-
he doesn't even own part of it. If you look at the deed, it's him and his son. The deed.
Yeah.
so it's not even on that deed,
no,
Nope.
that's 601.
Only reason I knew that is
But if you-
he sends me a check for 3 units altogether.
for how many?
601, 603, and 623 or 626, yeah. I get one for all 3 units from.
So how do you keep track of him in all those units, I guess, is probably the question.
Comes out and gets a key usually.
But how do you keep track? Is he
Did he
gonna,
rent the room out?
all of them?
You say yes.
623 he has rented before, but he doesn't do it very.
Tom told us, okay, I'm gonna put it out.
I know Tom too.
Alright, okay. Tom put it out there, that he has a 6 months lease that he's entitled to use ever,
601?
601. He is not on a lease, and he also has a permanent fee.
Well, as far as the keys go, Rich can go around or have maintenance go around and take every key out of service. Okay, all we gotta do is go by the lock and reset it,
I don't.
okay? Well, what that means is that 6 month key or that 12 month key that's floating around out there because of some improper situation at the front desk, those keys no longer work. Okay,
I don't think that's what you were talking about. You're talking about manual door lock, right?
No. it's
No.
not.
No, the
Yeah, access.
Okay.
The laws that I read and we talked to the attorney about, is a card key is the same thing as a key. So they talk card keys when they talk keys. Okay.
okay.
So if you own multiple units, how are you gonna keep track of what unit you're staying in?
Yep.
But first, for this 182 days.
I will,
If you own 2 units, you could be here for a whole year.
I
Exactly.
will have to discuss that with the attorney.
Pay resort fees. Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
Well,
Shouldn't
Not
be.
there, correct?
No, it shouldn't be. They shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna should
Look
use
at-
10 units. You're only
You're
allowed to
180
stay.
to 182 days is.
yeah, that's up to the attorney.
Isn't that per unit then?
Well, that's.
No,
what I'm
Well, then they
saying.
could live here if that's the case.
Yeah.
In the law states, no one can live here, so.
Right.
Right,
Is it per person?
It does.
but if you did the 182
Is it
days
per person
per
on the
unit
title?
is what she's saying.
Is
No.
it per person on the title? So Donnie and I, we can only stay together 182 days, or is it I 182 days and he 182? days?
Well, according
I
to
believe it is occupied
by owners.
by owners 182 days in the documents. And this boils down to resort fees. Okay, every time a key gets passed off from an owner to a guest, we lose resort fees.
And it's not even that either. It's just, it's not right. I mean, it's not right. It's simple as that. If if you own a unit and you want somebody to stay there, well, that's great. That's what you should do. It's your unit. But to just hand a key to, like,
But that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it.
no, it doesn't.
No,
But
but
we,
It doesn't.
well, no, it doesn't. But it doesn't mean we knew anything about this one either.
What
So-
we have to
so we-
do to not show partiality or discrimination is we have to come with a rule that covers everyone.
That's a very important thing, because that was my next subject, who decides who enforces what rules are on, you know?
Well, here again, this is negotiations that we have to make with the front desk. That, are they gonna be able to do it? Or does the association now need to hire somebody to sit in the lobby?
Yes, that's probably something you guys gonna have to think about. I don't know if the LLC can issue keys. Okay, my next one is, why don't you buy a card key system that's up to date and modern? Have 3 different levels. You have a private owner key, and you have a third party key, and you have the LLC little program key. If you're an owner, Diane, or we're all owners, you get a key. And when you swipe that, it's. And then she has somebody has a clean person come in, boom, you swipe it, and it says that key number B was used.
Rich, can you look into that again? I know Bob
That's
looked
already
into.
how our locks work.
So you can tell me who was in my room?
Yes,
You tell me when the bug man was in there last time.
yes.
All
If I
right,
can get the key reading thing to work.
huh?
If I can get the key reading device to work.
We're having
I
a
think it
problem.
needs to be a more up to date.
No. Look into an up-to-date modern system,
And we-
which also, if I'm correct, will mean you get a whole new computer system in the front office.
It probably needs to be done, if they're gonna do it legally.
As long as we're talking about keys, let me ask the question, myself being a private owner, I'm not intending to rent the unit, the condo, at least not for a while, maybe next year I'll think about it. Might buy a house or something like that and then, stay here at all. But in the meantime, when I'm gone for 8 months, I wanna know that nobody's going in my unit, unless it's a dire emergency, and I still wanna be notified that, hey, Scott, there's a leak down below your unit, you gotta go in, you know, okay, go ahead, just let me know how it goes.
Hmm.
But I think as a person, I just paid cash for this condo. I own the condo. I think I have every right to expect privacy and security. I don't know the people that are employed here. I'm sure they're all good people, but I don't know that. I don't know if they've been bonded, insured, they can go into my room. My condo. So how do we make sure that I am safe and secure when I'm gone for 6 months or 8 months or a month? Or when I'm here in town even? And I'm gone shopping for 2 or 3 hours.
Mhm.
And I come back and something looks odd or off or it doesn't. I wanna know that nobody was in my room, my condo.
If
Well, yeah.
you,
600 has a fix to that. You put a camera and it
And they still.
does a good job.
So who
Right.
has key
That's the
access?
problem with the camera. You know, Wi-Fi could go down, power could go down, somebody could.
Trust
we
me,
got,
as a private owner, we don't want anything to do with your room. We don't wanna go into your room. We don't care what's inside of your room. Now, he's referring to something that happened when he purchased the unit. There was a ceiling repair that wanted to be done.
Mhm.
He had asked me to do it. At the time, he was still on the rental program. If you ask me as an owner to come in to repair your unit and you're on the rental program, we are gonna go up there and repair it.
Mhm.
He did not say beforehand that he wanted to be there and did not allow others access to it until afterwards.
I think
Okay, but I
that's
think he's
common
talking about
sense that I
moving
would
forward
wanna-
now.
I would Wanna know if somebody's gonna.
Yes, of course.
When
And we will,
when
I will
do my-
contact
my
you if there's
business,
anything that you go there for, so.
When I do my business, I don't walk in my customer's house that's giving me a half down deposit, go into their house and start working.
You're not
I say-
listening to what I'm saying, but thank you.
It's
I do what?
So you're not listening to.
So do housekeepers have access to all rooms?
Yes. The bottom line is, just as everyone here probably owns a home, or when they're here in their condo, they expect privacy. And I don't care if I'm on the rental program or not. I should still be notified, hey, Scott, we're gonna do that ceiling repair today between 1 and 3, is that okay? No, it's not gonna work today, Rich, because whatever.
And that's fine going forward.
Well, but.
When my guys do it when they.
But it happened 2 days in a row. At the second day, I had already asked you, please don't do that, which I think is common sense anyway. That you would let me know when you're going into my condo. But you didn't. So then I addressed it with you. I thought we had completely dealt with the issue. The next day I'm gone for 3 hours shopping, trying to drown it. My head. Come back, I noticed things were askew. Check again, yeah, they went into the room. Well, you're on. I had just addressed this with Rich the day before, so there, at that point, I got more upset. The first day I was fine, okay, misunderstanding, I think it's common sense, but hey, your common sense may not be the same as mine.
Are you on or off the rental program? What are you?
I'm on.
He's now off.
Yep.
Did you,
But
30 day notice there?
regardless if I'm on or if I'm. I think it matters. I think you still, I'm an owner and I wanna know if I'm staying in there, I wanna know if somebody's coming in there.
Of course, we would respect your privacy.
What you had told me, somewhat in jest, is if someone comes in my home, Scott, they're gonna get shot. Well, I feel the same way, but if I said it, I'd probably get in trouble for saying it. So put it this way, I don't want anybody, I paid cash for this unit. I don't want anybody going in there without saying, hey, Scott, we need to go in there. Okay, Rich, let me know how it goes, what happened. Thanks. Appreciate it.
We have no intention of going into.
So we're done now. That's it.
The first thing, and we need to take this one off, not a board meeting agenda item. What do you mean
Okay,
by that?
but
I mean,
I think
but
it's
we can take it- I
if it's
think-
policy, I think it needs to be addressed.
Yeah, but it was
Correct.
on the agenda, you can have to have it added to the agenda for the next meeting. And I think that in your case, we've handled it one-on-one. I do think it is a fair policy to institute, but, I think we're taking off a lot of people's time for your one thing.
Okay, but I will say right now, no one will be coming to your room until they let you know, unless a pipe breaks or something like that.
Right, and even in
That's-
that
you got
situation, if you can't let me know, I mean, if it's a dire emergency, you have to go in.
Right,
But let me know.
And
if
there'll
you
be-
did.
and there'll be pictures to show you.
That happens.
What about for pest control? That's a
Pardon?
scheduled pest control.
We have
Pest control
fire
is,
extinguish- the fire, they get inspected the sprinkler system, sorry.
The
So
pest
they
control guy will be
might
here
not have
today.
scheduled time to call you and say, I'm coming to inspect your sprinkler today. Fire marshal might come and just go right down the hallway to every.
That's a state regulated.
That's state
There's no
regulated. We have no
They don't
control over
limit
that.
like
Yeah. And so you'll know that will happen on that day.
Yeah, we will call you.
Those are one-off situations.
Yeah.
You know, those are not a common occurrence.
I just think that
And
whole
emergencies.
RT system needs to be readjusted, update,
That's
upgrade,
what we're,
establish policies, establish who's got what key, to what rooms, who can get into what rooms. That should,
that's part of,
That's
that's a
part of it.
lot of what this is all about,
that's very good that the guys are addressing it.
okay?
I mean, at this point in time, I feel like I gotta somehow, because I don't have a, you know, once the cameras been put in place, hopefully it'll always work. But I feel like at this moment in time, if I go for 2 hours, I gotta put like shoes in front of my door to see if they get moved when I come back. That's ridiculous.
Well, what do we pay for the pool camera?
well, the door, you got it. Good, your
40
camera's
bucks?
good, right?
Okay,
I have cameras
Works.
yet to be installed.
well, we've got a little camera
Plug it in.
down on at the door going into the pump room for the pool. Because there was a lot of people going in and out of there, people hanging out down in the stairwell. Well, that camera cost us about 40 bucks. Okay, it emails Rich, myself, right through the app or whatever, not an email, that somebody's down there. That's part of what I have looked at a couple of times. The pool guy's here doing his job. You know, I can look back, it tracks him going in and out. You know, who's there, when's there, whatever. So Eufy it's a great thing he turned you on to.
Don't the cameras that show each hallway?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and you can see that.
You know if somebody's coming, you can find out if somebody.
Yeah,
And
but
they're
you-
recorded for
You
what
would have to
period
come
of
down the
time?
front desk and ask
3
them
months.
to see it there. But yeah, it's accessible. We found all kinds of, that's how we beat lawsuits and everything else.
As long as we're on the same page, nobody's gonna go into my unit unless they let me know, or if it's a dire emergency and they had to go in, just give me a shout. Leave me a voicemail.
I will call you.
You
Nobody,
know,
all employees have been instructed to avoid your unit at all
We
costs.
should be afraid of all you.
That's right.
We do.
That's just, I shouldn't be set aside on this whole deal.
I
Like
think
he's a
that,
bad guy, cause he
I think
doesn't want people in.
You're not, you're
so
not.
I think the policy that he is asking to have implemented or is implemented and asking to be followed is a reasonable one.
Mhm.
And I think it's applicable to all units, and I think that should be the end of discussion, guys.
Yeah, and everything needs to be uniform.
Yep.
So we do not discriminate against any one owner. Okay? And then, well, here again, resort fees are involved. And, you know, that's what helps offset your monthly assessment. I did some math. If we took the resort fees away, your monthly assessment would go up about $75, if I remember right. One be shy. So,
Well, what would that do for us if it did go away? Cause $75 to me is.
$112 a month,
112, okay.
or a year, I'm sorry.
What would that mean? What would happen if you push out the resort fuel, I mean,
Well, it would, in this case, it'd be $140,000 less, that somebody else pays towards our maintenance.
It wouldn't be a benefit to you because you stay in your unit. The benefit would be
What's the benefit to everybody?
everyone else paying them.
You know, every guest that checks in. Well, that's why there's residential buildings and there's transient buildings. This is a transient building. Okay? That's the big difference. Residential properties, you have your key to your door. Okay? Your maintenance department all has keys to every unit, correct? Okay,
I like Don's idea. I mean, if I'm a private owner, I'm not gonna rent out. I would like to be on a separate key system.
And it's done, they do it all the time, hospitals, doctors' offices.
no, it's not a separate system. It's how the key is issued.
PA, the owner. PB is, the front desk. EC is,
Right.
a contractor.
Okay, and I'm sure their contract with us will go up significantly.
So what now?
Their contract with us, what we help pay them annually, will go up significantly.
Well, I mean, that'd be easy enough to fix. You guys could pick the board, we could buy all the equipment and supply it to the front desk, but you're gonna look up that price anyway. So that we have some ideas as
Yeah.
those type of situations, because we've looked into it before. And when we brought it up as so do you guys want to do that as owners? They were like, nope, don't want a part of that. But that could be a different time now. So maybe it is something we need to do. I don't remember the dollar amount. It was a lot, but
We got like $27,000 sitting in the rooms of the HOA rooms that we used.
yeah, because they could sell those rooms.
That would be, either to sell them or take the money that's sitting in the account that was used for 3 or 4 years.
The money that
About $27,000.
don't we move that money to our,
That either gets moved to operating or reserves.
It has to
Well,
do some of that money.
have we not just gone through a major change in our management company? Now you know part of why. Can we attack one thing at a time as a volunteer board? Okay,
First, maybe not all.
well, and actually, your statement there, Dawn, is incorrect. Okay? Our fiduciary duty is to the association. Okay, to this building and property.
About this anymore, because that's going, you're gonna go down a rabbit hole that you don't wanna go down to.
Correct, you don't want to go down it.
Nope.
Okay.
So, so now we're done with the discussion for.
Yes.
Regulations. Okay, so I have a couple questions regarding the profit and loss.
Okay, hold on one sec, because I wanna say that if we're going to do a mailing, but that would be the 23rd, which means that I need you guys' input no later than the 19th, so I have time to get copies.
Okay.
Okay, so.
And,
if you can put that on your calendars, please.
But because of
The
the
19th. Put it as an agenda item and, you know.
Yeah, because when we have to mail out a packet to all the owners that are not electronic, there's a significant cost
somebody
in it,
better call me because you know I'll forget.
okay? So,
I have a question regarding parking.
okay,
Hold on, can I interrupt for just 1 second? Can we get through and then owners
Sure, I just
are at
wanted
the
to-
end, can we wait until it's owners? Can we wait till the end till it's owner time? Okay, so we
I
can get
didn't know
through
that
this.
there was a owner time.
That's fine, I understand.
Yeah.
At
If you
the
look
end,
at the-
usually, it goes at the end.
Down the list.
Let's finish this.
I know there
Yeah,
were copies of
yeah,
this.
I totally agree.
Got an update from the engineer.
Okay. Yes, we would, please.
I'm still waiting to hear back from the building department. I have a call into the chief building official. The spec should be done in the next week, 2 weeks and a half.
That's a plus.
It is. Thank you.
And on a good note.
Yeah.
I
Be
have
sure.
been getting calls and emails about the color of the pool. What's causing this greenish tint in the shallow end? When this system was last updated, and I'm not talking just replacing a pump, but I mean the entire system, they put in a cast iron pump. Okay, this is very common in the industry. Okay, for a situation of this age. Over time, the cast iron will turn into the water, wear. You run water over something for years, it wears down. That the returns in the pool come out in the shallow end, comes across and then to the south. That if you look at where the darkest of these appeared green looks are, it's in that area. Okay, the yellowish, orangish iron and blue water, guess what? You get green. The water itself is clear. I get these calls, I get pictures sent to me. If you look at the deep end, it's just as clear and blue as can be. If you had an algae problem in the pool, it would be everywhere. Okay, especially on the south wall because it never gets sunlight. Okay, so just an update on that. Rich, do you recall when this laptop was purchased?
Probably 4 years ago now.
Okay. As you all sat here and saw, and those of you on Zoom noticed that we were late coming in this morning. It's getting old because it sits here and it gets used once a month. I think it's time we start looking, if you would, please. Do I have any comments by the board about this?
Well, I guess we should get a price, see what it is. Laptops are pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
But
It has to be something of substantial to handle all the accessories and a fast enough processor to run, you know what you're looking at.
Should be about $500-600.
That's what I'm thinking. So if at next board meeting, you will bring that to us, please, or email the board and however.
The specs too, because I have a Dell thing and I have a hospital membership, so it's like to get some big accounts for there.
Okay.
It's a little better processor and more RAM.
Yeah.
But all we
Okay.
do is.
I'm shopping for mine right now too, anyway, so.
Yeah, but we don't want one at your level, okay? They don't want to spend that kind of money. Okay. Diane, any comments?
Yes. I wanted to ask Rich, what is the policy for the exterminator when he comes? How do the floors get done?
When he comes for the monthly treatment,
Yes.
he picks whatever floors or whatever rooms have the most vacant on them and he just marks them off when it's done. So a new policy that we started, a new process, we have a grid that he marks what rooms he's done when he's here, so. It'll be, because you have to do every room twice a year, I think is what the contract says, right?
Correct.
So he marks a one.
Twice a
or
year.
two, or both, depending on the room you're treated.
Okay, so just so everybody knows.
And then, of course, you have on-call service too, so if we have a problem in a room and somebody, a guest or an owner says something, you can write a log or.
Okay, so I had a guest in the room, saw a bug, they were perfectly fine with it, it's part of water. But I inquired about when I wanted to see a log of when my room was done last. I've been here for 7 years and the log was nothing. They have no record that my unit was ever exterminated. And I,
As he takes those logs, when he has X amount of paper in them.
so you don't, you,
I would,
so how far back did you look?
as far back as there is in the book,
Which is how long?
3 months maybe. Cause he takes those with him, so.
So why don't we have logs to
We
show?
do now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he instituted last month.
So,
Right.
according to him, he said it's not been done. when I,
I'm right above her. How about checking me too, buddy?
But there's
so in that time period, so in 3 months, I've not been done.
no record that I saw.
Correct, so that to me is unacceptable. I paid for part of that service as my HOA and it's never been done. So, you
We have
know,
a camera, we've never seen anybody enter our room as an exterminator. The camera's been up for 2 years.
He'll be up there today.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. I mean, this leads to others and others, so. I've never asked before. I do treat on my own sometimes if I see them. But especially if I see it run in front of the camera myself.
Running across the camera.
I would caution you about doing that because the different chemicals can cancel each other out.
Okay, well, obviously that's not gonna happen. That's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
I checked.
Other things-
I checked with them.
Huh?
I checked with our exterminator,
Okay.
and asked, told him, because I do ours every time.
But if
And what
you-
did he say?
He said, I told him what I use. And he said, no problem. It's inexpensive stuff.
Yeah.
Good business people. So I would let the exterminator do their job though. You see a bug, call Rich, have him have the
No,
exterminator.
but he just said
Yeah,
that it gets done twice a year,
yeah, but you can't prove it.
right? Isn't that what
It
did you
sounds
just say?
like-
Twice a year?
I see here.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that you found a hole in a policy and then they understood that and fixed it.
But I would think that we should have records to show.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree. I mean,
Moving forward.
Forward. since-
right. Okay,
Randy, please let me speak.
yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I've not interrupted you. So I would think that we would at least have like for a year. So in the past, like, how were you able to tell like whose rooms got done and who didn't? If we didn't have any records,
I don't-
can we get the records from them?
I can ask him, that keeps them, I thought turns it into his boss. So I don't know what's done there, so. I don't think
Well, what about asking him to do a one-time sweep? Floor by floor by floor, and find out what it costs to go to every room, do every room, so that we can say, now it's been done. And we can start
That way-
fresh.
Yeah, but that's hard to do when the rooms are occupied by.
Well, I mean,
You can't
yeah,
make them, right, they're not gonna be able to
but you can,
down 4, 6.
You, everyone.
No,
you
but
won't
you
go
can
in there
try
and
to
talk
find
about
out.
it, so.
Yeah, that's gonna be, that's a hit and miss, that's kind of like what,
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's, at least
you
you
can't call every owner every time, say, hey, the exterminator's coming, he wants to come into whatever your unit is.
Now, my predecessor, I think the problem is my predecessor relied on a report that was flawed that Randy and I discovered, so we have moved to a different report which shows private units on, it, so. That has. There's always room for improvement. Try.
And and I told you, I've never asked before, and that was the only reason that I asked.
Find a problem, we fix it. We're supposed to
try. Okay,
Ron?
I got nothing.
I've talked about the things I was gonna concern. Okay, anyone on Zoom, please?
It's not.
Yes.
Yes, Sharon.
What room number then?
What room number are you, please?
412.
Okay.
Which one?
Yeah.
You had a comment?
No.
Okay. Glad you did. All right, open the floor to comments here.
Regarding the preliminary, profit and loss, so that way, if it needs to be corrected, we have time to do that, so I'm glad that it's a preliminary. I see how on the balance sheet unit, I think it's 419 is listed as an asset, but where is the second one? Because don't we own two?
We do, and you're right, and I've already put into that over.
Okay, and then, where is it on the profit and loss of the income that's received for that renting of those two units?
It's not.
Why?
Well, number one, the rental income is used to offset their monthly maintenance fee. So we'll have to figure out how we book the difference. In other words, they get charged a monthly maintenance fee just like you do.
Right, so it's
And so-
550 or 1100.
Right, so if you get less than 550, you, well, they have a credit balance right now, so.
Right.
So if you get, so I'm gonna have to figure it out, because it was never accounted for before, it was just put as part, again, to their maintenance fee.
Mhm.
And then it's a credit balance on their account. So
Right.
when the board takes an action to move it, then I think that's where we would see it on the profit.
Did we ever find, if it has insurance?
It doesn't, and I'm working on getting that.
And what about paying the property taxes?
Property taxes are paid, they are part of your.
They're a budget item.
Part of your income taxes, and they've already been paid
Where is that on the profit and loss?
under taxes.
On sales tax and sales and use tax?
Property taxes, there's a line item under postage and delivery that says property. tax.
Oh, I see. Okay, but that's only one.
No, that's both.
That's for both units?
Yes.
Okay.
I paid them and I double checked it when I did the next budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other question is how come the income being received from the tiki bar and what's being paid to the 12,000 that's on the proposed budget was less than they actually received? Because I don't remember any motions to allow less, except for the beach rentals. There was a motion earlier in the year because of the slow season for them not to pay their portion according to the contract.
Correct me if I'm wrong, so before I got here, I believe there was something in previous meetings, I can't tell you the time frame, that they agreed to defer the
On the beach rentals.
No.
Well, no, also on, I think, the tiki bar because
the beach was
Mante's
closed.
closed, right?
Because the beach was closed.
Okay,
So it's
but not for the
$4,000.
12,000 that is paid to the front
and-
desk.
Okay, so what do you mean the 4,000, the difference in the thing?
And what
Right.
she's saying
What?
is the tiki bar paid us 9,000 instead of 12, that's the 3 months that were forgiven. But the front desk was 10,000 versus 12, and so we're missing some checks. Will tell you that I might have gotten and it might just have to be approved, because I might have gotten the December check in January, because they were sending it to the old management company's post office.
Who was sending it?
The accountant.
Oh, okay.
Is the insurance paid from them for the LLC?
Not yet.
Okay,
Is that the last year's insurance or insurance from them?
2025,
So they haven't paid the insurance for 2025?
not yet. It was just billed in November, December.
Our insurances, they run like every 6 months. Okay, it's a year policy for the wind and the X-wind. And they're separated by 6 months, I believe it is. So we don't end up paying yeah.
well, and the reason it was changed that way is because we were originally renewing in the storm season.
In July.
And so when we renewed, it cost us, well, at least the 25% that we're saving now. So what we did was we held that policy over and had them redo it to the 6 months, so that would be offset in the non-storm season, so we get a better rate. And that's why we saved 22 to 25% at this point.
But unfortunately, and I hate to. Here, but your previous man. So when I was doing the 2026 budget and comparing the profit and loss, I didn't even know what it was based on, and then I went investigating and realized they had never billed for the 2025. So I billed it, I think it was in November or December.
It's, a lot of these older issues are because of the old management company. Yeah, Becky's working very diligently to try to get us back on track.
So when do we think the insurance will be paid? Their portion?
I would think probably within this month.
How about certificates of insurance on all the units? Do you have all of them from everybody, or are we still lacking a couple?
We're still lacking a couple for sure.
On the
So
insurance
these
part.
units,
Yeah.
when we're lacking insurance certificates, and if they're on the rental program, they should be shut down.
Or
If they
whether,
owe money,
Anybody.
whether they're on the rental program or not, they should be shut down. Done. If you don't have insurance, you can't.
I proposed this last
mean,
year.
I don't know
and
why
never
we
got
don't-
addressed.
can't blame this on Cindy. This is something that has to be addressed. Same with the monies that we don't get. You said there was 100 and some thousand still owed for whatever it is.
The outstanding collection.
Yeah, we're renting the rooms, bottom line is.
It shouldn't be allowed.
But actually,
We
We're on the rental program, we should be either keeping that money.
I am doing rent demands. I am doing rent demands. I have one to hand to Rich today. So I am doing rent demands.
Well, just hit them in their pocketbook. Rent the room, stop renting a room.
No, we don't
No,
want
but
to
if
stop
you don't
renting
want to do that, then
rooms.
we're not gonna get any money.
No, you're just not gonna pay them out.
She's
until they
doing a
satisfy
rent
their
demand with
clear
me,
debt.
and we're gonna get their.
That is what it's done.
That's how you're gonna get the money, because if you just stop renting the room.
That's what we do.
I have 5 checks that I get. And we're doing more. And again, remember, we were being very careful about the way we proceeded with collections. The rent demands are people past due on special assessments especially. But remember, because if I send out a ledger and tell people this is what they owe, and then the auditor comes back with something completely different, which will happen because I've had checks applied to people, they thought they had a credit balance, they actually owe money. Vice versa, people that said, I don't owe the money, they'll like to find out where their check was applied. But if I send a statement out and tell these people this is what you owe, and then the auditor finds something else, I can't go back and collect because of fair debt collection there. So I'm being very careful. We'll get really aggressive when we know that we'll start doing the 45-day notice intent to liens, and we'll do the liens, and we'll do, potential foreclosure. We'll get really aggressive when we know we have the right leg.
When is this audit gonna be done? A time frame.
I don't control it. All I do is push her. She, she's gotten sick twice, that pushed her back. I can't control that either.
So the people that don't have, insurance to you as of now, whether they're private, I don't care who you are. You don't have insurance on your room. These rooms should not be accessible, whether it be rental program or privates. I mean, we know. We also know that,
Includes the two that the HOA owns. They don't
yeah,
have insurance,
there
they
should be no
not
reason
on
why
the
there's
line.
not insurance on that.
Yeah. So I found an email between Cindy and insurance broker that said, when we only had 419, that it was part of the overall thing. And then I called Nick and said, can we add 5? Sorry, I get the numbers. 512. And he said, no, you don't have it on 419. I said, okay, that's contrary to the evidence that I found. And so he gave me the name of a person to call to get the insurance in place.
So when do we think that'll be in place? Because this is
Hopefully
the
this
third
week.
month asking about this.
Yeah, and we got a lot going on, guys. We
I
have to
understand that, but if
priorities.
you want us to be, if you want owners to be held to a standard, we need to hold to them standards as well.
Yeah.
And insurance is huge. Look what happened to 227. Where are we with that, by the way?
I sent out an email and nobody responded.
That we shut down, because they
Shut
were,
them down. Now.
did they send a new reservation, a new?
I sent you guys a new ARB update request, and then I sent you a reminder that I needed an answer for it. And I have not gotten an answer from anyone.
What's going on 227?
They're not
ARB
accessing the room though, right?
So they're remodeling.
Okay.
They're
Okay,
remodeling.
my concern with that unit and their remodeling is how is that affected by the big red tag on the front door?
Well, I talked to TJ about that. That's kind of what started the conversation. How do we get the big red tag off the front door? And he said, obviously what it's gonna do for us, but he said it should not affect their ability to get a permit for the plumbing inside the unit.
And when I talked
The
to him,
plumbers get those permits when they're doing the
Yeah.
work.
Correct.
and when I talked to the city, they said interior repairs are not the same as what the hold is on the outside of the building.
So,
That's what I heard, stickers just for the outside.
Yeah.
Not for
so I'm just waiting on the board's approval.
Okay, and
Okay.
they have their permit, correct?
Well, I told them, I don't know if they're the contingent upon us receiving a copy of it.
And we haven't gotten that then.
You know, but you guys have to approve it, and then there's no sense in them going forward, getting a
Right.
contract if you guys aren't gonna approve it.
Then I'll
Okay,
approve
well,
it.
let me ask you
Yeah.
this, because I don't know I don't remember the whole thing about this. I do know that originally they were doing,
Paint and
Flooring and.
Painting and
painting.
tile.
and then they ripped out the bathtub.
and then the bathtub got ripped out, the plumbing got broke,
There was a leak.
shit's flying out off the balcony and all this. Okay, so
So we stopped everything.
okay, and now the person that was doing this supposed work that they, well, who was this? This is just a Joe Go. He was a contractor that broke all this pipes and stuff. Well, not thrilled about that guy.
And then they, on the new one, they put a different, they lifted up.
That was the leading
Yes.
to my question.
They did.
Because obviously he wasn't,
Qualified.
no. So if they've got a qualified,
There was a plumbing,
Unfortunately, licensed and insured is the only qualifications
I know.
we're allowed to
I
get.
know,
Mhm.
and they do have a license on the ARB. And, I've looked it over and, you know, I'm glad you brought it up. It's just, one of them things that she sent it out again as a reminder. And, you know, we talked about it a couple times. And we're not getting any board interaction, you know.
well, my interaction was who was doing the work to begin with.
Mhm.
And if he's the contractor, no, I don't wanna okay anything, cause he's obviously not a worthy contractor.
No.
So that was my reply, and that was the day I got it out, I got it. I mean, I was here, so I saw it all.
Okay.
It's a different contractor on the second.
Okay, so
Listed.
I would say that if it's a separate contractor and we've got
The licensed plumber,
everything there, then that we can move forward with it but it wouldn't have been done before this meeting anyway.
Yeah, she wants to hurry because
I'll bet she does.
season's coming.
Season's here.
Yeah,
See, it's here.
yeah.
All right,
We
well,
got that room rented out.
so do we have a vote?
Oh, so that's what it's all about. It's around a
Yeah,
program room.
yeah.
I mean, I can.
It's not gonna be-
If we owe the owner an answer regardless.
No?
That's what he said it is.
You know what I'm saying? To me, if we owe the answer, the
yes,
owner an answer regardless. Same thing when I get sent out sales approval, I get no response either. And then the realtors are hounding me, where's my approval, where's my approval? I'm hounding everyone. So those things
Well,
Not
you kind
getting
of threw up a red flag there, but with no explanation either.
For
As
what?
to-
The
To those two
overfinance.
rentals. Yeah,
I can't,
I was waiting for some,
what explanation that they.
but you're saying they're a resource, so do we need to be concerned that they're not gonna pay?
no. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
we have one option or two options. We can approve them, or we can provide a alternate buyer.
Well, and we
So
can't.
then we
provide
shouldn't be
an
saying those statements then just approve them.
Missed that part, first part of it. Well, but I mean, I just tell you those things to let you know that I reviewed them and that's what I'm saying. But, and I think I even said, there's not really much we can do about it.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
our two options.
I
Okay,
just.
well, I'm asking questions, so nobody else jumped in and
Yeah.
approved these, why not? You only,
No one answered me.
right, I saw that.
Because it was a little pretty red flag.
It was a big red flag, but what do we do about it?
No, and you're right, we can't do anything about it, so I guess we just move forward.
So,
So
I mean,
we're-
and if you have questions, feel free to email me back. I think answers I just gave you.
All right, so
Yeah.
we're taking a vote on, yes, we're okay with getting this, whatever room it is, moving forward.
Are you talking about
Correct.
27?
Okay, let's start with 227.
Right,
We're good with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
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 that's three out of, they're gone.
yeah, they're gone.
okay.
They could.
Okay,
The next
And then-
issue is,
The sale.
well, it's two sales.
Right.
6/23.
Something like that.
Something like
It's
that.
which rooms?
629.
Oh, 6/29 if I quit.
If I was,
I was gonna,
Sorry.
you know, I'm like, that's already sold.
I wasn't really prepared.
so what was it? So you're approving the sale?
Yeah.
I'll approve it.
Yeah, I'm there.
What was
One
that
person
one,
buying
five
two
what?
units?
6/29,
Yes.
And five what?
5/20.
Yeah,
One person's fine to get.
Yeah.
That's what I just did.
Yes.
Very nice family from California.
Yeah, it's hard.
Huh?
Very nice family from California.
Okay. So you've had your 3 minutes. Who's next?
Seriously?
No, I was referring to, well, you know, you went off and then we went off this way and
Okay, there's been a lot of going off and over, way over 3 minutes, so
I know,
stop.
that was my sarcasm involved here. Sorry about that. Does anyone else in the, any other owner have anything they'd like to add?
I just wanted to say thank you for all the improvements you've made since the company has taken it over. I mean, I had some issues when I was paying every 6 months and I hadn't gotten it credited, so I suddenly got a thing that I owed money and things, and wait a minute, I paid for the whole year, definitely.
And we figured it out.
And she figured it out,
Yeah.
yes, and just the communication from you has made everything so much easier. So I really want to thank you.
Yeah. And we had a problem with a former board member and it was all clerical, you know, because it was past due and it's like, and, you know, but we've got it all worked out.
I think communication is the key.
Yeah.
And the communication, that ability to do things electronically and the way you send things out electronically. And the way you will collect the HOAs electronically. I've had years to get them to do that and they said it was impossible. I sent them the paperwork and they said, no, we can't do it.
Yeah, I think
So
they
that's
just
what
have
I'm saying, it's months in advance, because I don't write monthly checks anymore.
Yeah, and it's so-
21st century.
It's so less efficient for me too. So, yeah, I'm happy to pass up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, really, seriously, who writes checks in the 21st century? They say they're gonna be, bankers say they're gonna be going away. Never gonna touch that.
I really can't say much about that comment.
I mean, everything, they don't even do digital, everything's from their phone, everything, there's like no paper of anything.
When I first got here, like, so one of my other properties that has 180. Got here and talked to the bank, we had 0. We now have 18, and we have a bunch of people who are now paying me a coupon. I mean, it saves me literally probably 15 minutes per unit. So, it's good.
When new people are
When it's done,
buying,
it's done.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
when new people are buying, are we giving them the access to sign consents moving forward?
Yeah, so I'm developing a new owner packet, like a welcome package.
Okay.
To say, hey, here's how you can sign up for electronic payment, or here's, I'll
Right,
order
good.
you a coupon book if that's.
Yeah, because we had that. Didn't you
I
have it?
still have mine.
Yeah, and I had it too when I started. And then all of a sudden it was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when I called Truist.
So they didn't,
You know,
And one suggestion on your, you know, it is a money saving way of doing things.
yes.
Yeah, so. All right, any other owners?
Question on the parking.
On the what?
Parking.
Oh, yes, you did wait, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You did wait.
You know, so just, you know, the question had come up whether or not I could park my vehicle here. I'm not renting. I'm just a private owner. And I have a vehicle in Florida that stays in Florida.
No, you can't park it here unless you're here,
So,
because we only have X amount of parking spots.
That's not what's in the documents, if you read the documents,
Okay, well-
every unit gets a parking spot. Doesn't say whether you're
That's
here
the
3
way-
months out of the year.
We'll fix it.
I will ask the attorney.
It can be misconstrued.
LLC employees park across the street.
Most of them do.
They do not, I could go out right now. and take
Well,
my-
now they don't, because there's no reason for them to, because it's slow. But during the busy season, they are.
well, so I guess, go ahead, yeah.
Well, he's gonna check into it, and that's all that matters.
So, the answer.
The way
There's
it,
not enough spots to.
we counted them, there
And
was
say
not
this is
enough.
your.
Not enough spots for as many groups.
Right.
Huh?
We have not enough spots for as many groups.
Also, we're open to the
That
public,
was,
we don't have them.
But there is, language in the HOA docs that an owner can't stay more than 180 days.
Right,
Correct.
Yes.
well,
So
And
the
it
car
does
can't
the-
stay 300.
it's kind of what I thought, but
The
I could be wrong,
language
'cause it
basically
doesn't say it
says
that way.
that either the developer or the association can determine to. Especially going into next
Yeah,
month,
let's-
5 weeks.
Let's look at the attorney, let's have the attorney look at everything and figure out what the right answer is, because we are not allowed to interpret documents.
Yeah, my other question, you kept bringing up a broker. What's a broker and what do they do for us?
Well,
Why do we have one?
we never had, well, as far as I've been here, we never had one, but then we were forced to get one, yes.
What does?
Well, the
broker do?
LLC was forced to get one,
Right.
the HOA does not have.
No, but the broker does regulate everything in the front.
Right. For
So
the-
tells us that what we are allowed to do, what we're not allowed to do, how long. Key thing is one of them.
He came
All
here
of it.
2 months ago and introduced himself. I know him as Richard.
But that's
He owns
the
the,
name that's on the Sundays.
Your partners.
Jamie's the one.
Jamie's the other
Who's the
one.
broker work for? Do we pay?
No,
no, we don't,
the LLC does.
the LLC does.
You have to have a broker for the.
Okay, and what is the role of a broker?
Make sure
It's
you're.
a-
It's like we have,
Name, it's a name.
yeah, we have to have a Becky, a community association manager. Okay, and the LLC,
Because the LLC takes a split, it's a 45, whatever split, so they have to have a broker. It
Right.
comes
They
under
had
real
one
estate
before.
law.
and they
Real
can,
estate broker.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what kind of, were you talking stockbroker? I don't know what you're talking about. It's a broker.
They
okay,
had one before,
Okay.
that went by the wayside.
so, anything else from the owners?
Yeah, question.
Yes, Tom.
I see there's 2 lawsuits for slip and falls. Is that gonna go against the HOA or the LLC? How's that work? Lawsuits like that, is it split?
It depends on who's named.
Yeah, it depends on where it happened.
They name everyone.
Do we know about them?
Well, one of them,
Do we know
one of them
about
was, as an owner, it happened in a room. Cause I get a copy of it every week.
The owner sued? The owner?
And I've talked to the company 3 or 4 times. It's a slip and fall that happened in a
Someone sues
room.
themselves? How long ago?
It happened, 4 or 5 months ago.
The ones I read. They're suing their insurance.
For what?
Ones I read, they were in the hallways. But they should sue their own insurance if it's insured.
In the hallways.
So the judgment would go either against the LLC insurance that,
We have the same insurance.
and the HOA, okay, so the LLC isn't responsible for getting their own insurance bills? Their own insurance?
We're insured under our own umbrella.
Okay, so. Oh, so it's, when it goes to court, the court decides the LLC, I'm just making numbers up, the LLC has 50% fault, the HOA has 50% fault. Correct?
The insurance
It's based
policy.
on where the slip and fall happens.
Yeah.
If the slip and fall happened in the bar, it would be the bar. But if the slip and fall happens on the stairs or in the hallways, it's
But it's the same
HOA.
insurance policy.
Yeah,
Right,
it's the same
it's-
policy.
But if the
Well,
judgment,
there's the liability goes to somebody.
So probably what would happen is that entity would pay the deductible.
Right.
And
That's,
the rates would go.
Right.
well,
That's not a problem, but.
So how many do we have? 2?
2.
That we're aware of?
Just like Claire Walker.
Yeah, we have one on the steps recently and we.
I know the girl's name is Claire Walker.
Yeah, so.
On these
Yeah.
back steps?
the pool steps,
full steps.
Oh, cool steps. I thought it was inside.
No, we have one here on the back steps. I thought.
And what's
Yeah.
the balcony, like she's coming in from the balcony.
Yeah, that's the owner's.
that's the owner,
That's the one that's
right,
the owner.
because we had one on the back steps. Left the bar with too much in her. And then we had the one that missed the step going down into the pool deck and fell there, so.
Depends on the pair. I'd have to go back and look.
Just for-
I can't tell you off the top of my head, I'm so
I would
sorry.
say.
I'm happy to look it up for you, but I don't wanna
No,
quote
no,
it.
that's fine.
It's not fair to ask me.
No, you're fine. I can.
I used to have that.
Okay, so, does anyone have anything else? Need a motion to adjourn?
Hey.
All in favor? Aye. Aye.
Oh, yeah, you put them out, they're on the table.
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna be heavy sound.
Or not.